Hello everyone, I am Indra, and in this video I'll be sharing how I cleared my SPOM Set-A exams with around 40 hours of preparation. Right after my May 24 Group 1 exams, I started working, and I had around 30 days for the date on which I wanted to write this exam. So during the first 5 to 7 days, I focused on completing the compulsory classes that I need to watch to be eligible for these exams. Right after completing the lectures, I plan to study for at least 1 hour for the first 10 days so that I'll get a familiarity with the subject because I haven't studied law for my November 23 exams, and this will be the first time I'm studying law for my final. When I had 10 around 10 days for my exams, I started panicking. I was not so confident because I did not even complete around 50% of the portion. So I had only 10 days for the exams. So at that time, I switched to Shubham Singhal sir's compact book where he had covered almost all the chapters, I think, except e-filing. He had covered all the chapters in less than 250 pages. So when I had only 2 days for my exams, I had not completed the portions. I had not touched FEMA and SEBI, not even once. Since the question paper was different for each student, some people were saying that they did not get even one question from FEMA. Some people are saying that they got around 20 marks from IBC. So I was so confused and I was not at all confident and I didn't know what to do. I had only 2 days. So I thought, okay, let's revise everything I had studied till now because I have not touched these two chapters, and even if I start studying now, I won't be able to remember anything. That was what I was thinking. So I studied all the other 11 chapters except e-filing, SEBI, and FEMA. I did not watch any classes. So the day before my exam, I solved Shubham Singhal sir's MCQ question bank. I used a technique which is I had created a group in Telegram where I'll send voice notes of the provisions or the time limits, whichever I'm getting wrong, or the penalties in SEBI. I'll record a voice note and send it to the group so that I can listen to that while going to the exam center or while eating on the day of my exam. It was really helpful. Whenever I get a question wrong or whenever I couldn't answer a question, I'll quickly revise that section once and I'll record a voice note and send to that group. So I completed the company law part on the day before my exams except e-filing. I had read all the chapters at least once. On the day of my exam, I had around 5 hours to revise because I had booked my exam on the second slot, which is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. On that day, I did not use any other material. I revised only from Hemant Somani sir's one-liners. So from that, I did all the time limits, penalties, and the approvals and important MCQ potential questions, all that I revised from that material. I listened to all the voice notes that I had recorded. I did Hemant Somani sir's one-liners and the important parts in all the chapters. This was what I did on the exam day, and I went to the exam center. They asked for an original ID proof, and you'll be required to take a pen, a calculator. If you are taking water bottle, keep a transparent water bottle and your admit card. Try to go to the exam center at least 30 minutes before the exams because you'll be required to do some procedures and all that. So the exam will start exactly at the time that they have given in the admit card. You'll not be able to start the test before that time. So when I started the test, I clicked on all the questions and I just read them, and I was trying to see whether I know at least 25 questions or not. I did not know. I was not confident that I'll clear because all the questions were from SEBI and FEMA, which I did not completely study. I studied only the important parts and I was not so confident in those two areas because I thought they'll either ask from FEMA or from SEBI. I did not do those two, but I thought I read the company law part thoroughly, so with that I can get 50 and pass the exam. But when I saw the question paper, I got around 20 questions from these two. During the first hour, I slowly started to answer all the questions. There is an option to bookmark the questions which you wanted to revisit once again. So I started marking all the answers. When I was confident with my answer, I'll just answer the question. If I know the answer but I'm somewhat not so confident with my answer, I'll answer the question and also bookmark the question so that I can revisit this. And when I completed all the 50, I had around 12 questions answered, which was green, and the rest were bookmarked. And I had around 20 questions unanswered during the first hour mark. So during the second hour of my exam, I tried to revisit all the questions once and all the bookmarked questions especially. So at that time I was able to answer most of the question because during the first hour I was so scared if I'll be able to clear the exam or not. All these questions were running in my mind. I was not able to focus on the exam. But during the second hour, after reading all the questions at least once, I was able to answer uh, almost 30 questions. So, coming to the third hour, I had 20 more questions to answer, and I was reading the options that were given, and I did the odd one out method, and I was able to attend 5 more questions. And with the last 5 questions, I tried my luck and chose either C or B or whichever I think could be the answer. And you'll be able to submit the exam 5 minutes before its completion. At the 180th minute, it will automatically get submitted, but you can give submit 5 minutes before the exam, which means you'll have to sit in the exam hall at least for 2 hours and 55 minutes. My suggestion would be to make use of the 175 minutes fully. I saw some people sleeping in my exam after the 1 hour. They may be confident with the exams, but I was not. So I tried to utilize the 3 hours, and so when I gave submit, I was scared. I knew I would get 50, but I was scared. But I got 72 and I cleared. That's how I prepared and appeared for the exam. I'll link all the materials I used and all the YouTube videos I referred to in the description box below. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. And all the best. Bye bye.